Etsy just dropped a brand new keyword feature to help sellers perform even more trend analysis and research. But here's the catch. It's not available to everyone yet. I don't have it in my own shop at the time that I'm filming this, but I have been digging around using other shops to research what this thing does. And honestly, it's pretty exciting. Today, I'm covering everything that we know so far. For anyone who may be new here, my name is Starla, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And today we are joined with Sugar Bear. And for the first time ever, Etsy's giving us rich trend data straight from the source. Think of it like a little 30-day microscope into what shoppers are typing into Etsy right now. That makes it a fantastic springboard if you're brainstorming product ideas or just trying to stay ahead of what's hot. But like any tool, it's not perfect. So let's break down the pros and cons. So the most obvious benefit here is that we finally get trend data directly from Etsy. It's fast and perfect for sellers who need to know what's hot right now. And it makes it easier to brainstorm fresh keyword and product ideas at a quick glance. On the downside, the data is global. So if you're only shipping to the US or the UK, you don't know what portion of that traffic is actually relevant to you. There's also no historical data. You can see what's trending this month, but you can't look back at what was hot last Halloween or Christmas, which makes it hard to know when to list your seasonal products. The biggest flaw is that there's no engagement data, no clicks, no click-through rate, no way to tell if those searches are actually converting into sales. And something really interesting we found while playing around with this tool, it looks like Etsy does censor certain terms. Think of Pokemon, Disney, and other intellectual property. Which makes sense, but it could be a huge disadvantage for vintage sellers who need to perform specific brand-focused searches. So in a nutshell, the tool is extremely interesting, but it's a bit incomplete. And obviously, this is where tools like eRank come into play. Think of Etsy's new data and eRank's keyword tools as puzzle pieces that work together to build a more complete picture. For example, you can start with Etsy and use their new marketplace insights to spot what's trending this month. Then take that term and move into eRank's keyword tool to see how much of the traffic is actually coming from buyers in your country. That way you know whether it's relevant for your shop. Since Etsy doesn't give us historical data, plug that same keyword into eRank's keyword tool to see 15 months of history. That tells you exactly when to list ahead of holidays. For example, if a Halloween term spikes in July, you'll know to prep your listings early. You can also use eRank's keyword tool to check click-through rates and conversion signals. That way you can separate keywords that are just looky-loos from ones that are driving actual buyers. What? And just a side note, while performing research in eRank, be sure to keep an eye out for these little yellow high conversion badges. I cannot stress how important seeing this badge is when performing keyword research, because this tells us that shoppers who searched for this keyword didn't just browse, they bought. And for the first time ever, we're able to see a clear signal of purchase intent behind a search query. Just having a high search volume for a keyword doesn't necessarily mean that people are actually buying based on their search. A keyword could get 10,000 monthly searches and still lead to 0 sales if buyers are just window shopping. But with the high conversion badge, we finally have visibility into which keywords are sending real paying customers to listings, not just those who are browsing for fun. And lastly, if Etsy is hiding a term like Tupperware, but you're selling vintage collectibles that are completely allowed, eRank's keyword tool will still give you those search volume estimates so you don't miss out. The way I see it, Etsy's giving us the microscope, that close-up, real-time, what's trending this month data. And eRank is giving us the telescope, the long-term strategic view of what helps you to plan for seasonality, profitability, and staying in the game for the long haul. Data's like a puzzle. The more pieces that you have, the clearer the picture becomes. And right now, Etsy's marketplace insights plus eRank together are the best combo that we've got for making smart, data-driven decisions on Etsy. And right now, as we approach Etsy's busiest season, this is huge. So what do you think of Etsy's new keyword data? Do you have the feature yet, or are you still waiting like me? Drop a comment below and let me know how you're planning to use it. And as always, if you want even more deep dive Etsy strategies, don't forget to hit subscribe because I'm here with short videos like this every Tuesday, and I go live every single Friday to answer your Etsy and SEO questions during the Friday Bean. Until next time, Pookie.